Well, number one, this statement, I believe, has a motive. It's like some people in the federal government want to set some prisoner free. Their political associate or loyalists, they are trying to set them free. Because I have never heard it where they say prison is too, even in America. America built even underground prison. They built gas chamber. They built robots to enforce law. If an individual or a group of people are too powerful for the woman police to arrest or to bring to justice, they employ the service of a robot, and the robots get the person one hand until when that person is gotten, the robot will not stop. So some people are awaiting trial for indefinite period. That one is not the problem of prison. That is the problem of the courts. You cannot leave malaria sickness and you are going to be curing cough. When there's a problem with the court judge, you look into their problem. Why are they not performing? Why are they delaying justice? Why are they keeping people in prison on trial for too long, for longer than even the prison sentence they would have suffered? If the judges are too lazy, it is better to remove them from the seat and put young judges who will adjudicate matters speedily and efficiently. It is not because of that you say somebody who has committed gruesome murder or who is already a real hardened criminal, you want the person to go scot-free without serving the punishment that it deserves to do. This kind of measure will encourage some people to begin to commit crime willfully because they know that the court system is bad, the prison yard is congested, and the government does not want to send anybody to prison. So it is disheartening to hear this, particularly when we have so many criminals, kidnappers, armed bandits, people who commit rape. They even use human beings to do ritual, and then you ask such people, because you want to decongest prison, you ask some people to go scot-free. No, I'm not in support of that.
The point of this, I don't know what to say, but this government of Nigeria, I don't think they have work. If they have work, they'll be thinking about other better things to do. You are aware, you have their story with ASU. At this point, they are still playing with lives of people. The students, they just get back to school, but they're not doing nothing. Some lecturers are not coming because they don't have money to pay to fare to school, transport. They said they're going to pay half salary. They are feeding. Now you have all so many things that have happened. They congest the prison. You heard about the prison break. You heard what happened. How they break. How did it happen? It didn't just come and happen that way. They know what they are doing. They are trying to do this again to release people they really wanted to release.
That federal government is trying to introduce economy into their spending is a good development. But in the area of enforcing law and judgment of the courts, it is not an area to introduce economy because the law must be enforced. Whoever contravene the court law, must be punished and must be incarcerated, must be prevented from the society to continue to perpetrate injustice or evil. So building additional prison is a welcome idea, so that it will serve as a deterrent to whoever wants to commit crime. In fact, even building robots to enforce the law is even in line, because our police and our courts sometimes they violate the rules and regulations of promulgating judgments. In the police, they ask for police to look for a criminal. The police can even go and collect a bribe from the criminal, and they will say they did not see him. So if not for the help of American government, somebody like Bush Poppy would have got scot-free, and all the police that were dining with him. So we need to do more in enforcing our law. It is law that uphold America till today. America is able to host different tribe, different race, and different caliber and character of people, because their law is like a razor blade. A razor blade does not know who created it. If you cross it, it will cut you. That is the law that uphold America till today. Even if a president contravene the law, America will deal with the person according to the law. So saying you are trying to reduce the cost of maintaining the prison, it does not hold water at all. It does not hold water.
The issue of the Nigerian prisons is just like the issue of the Nigerian society. The prison system belongs to us. It is supposed to serve as a way of, holding away the bad from the society, as well as reorienting them after their term to go back into the society and be productive, be useful to the society. But you agree with me, a nation of more than 200 million people, with the number of prisons we have and the bed space within the prisons, it is definitely inadequate to take care of the number. Now, talking about the congesting the prisons, you see, like we all know, the majority of those in the prisons are awaiting trial. By some figures, more than 60-70% are awaiting trial, meaning the judicial system, the trial processes are too slow. Probably the number of courts are fewer than we should have. Probably more, criminal acts are being perpetrated by the people. So one way or the other, you see, I don't subscribe to the idea of just sending somebody back into society. Meanwhile, accept it from me, it is an open secret. A small criminal will go into the prisons and come out a bigger one, because of the interactions he has with even worse cases than he is within the prison walls. So I subscribe to the idea of dispensing justice. Whoever is accused of a criminal act should go to trial before a judge, and if the justice system finds him guilty, let him pay the price. But where you have this number and every day increasing, with the kind of facilities we have in the prisons, honestly, it is a catch-22 situation. It is a very big issue, and the government must look for a better way of, dispensing justice. And meanwhile, look at the quality of those, supposed crimes. Most of the crimes, being accused of these people are things that can be rectified within the society. So we should have other ways of handling issues like this other than sending people to prisons.
That's not my business, actually, whether it's congested or not. But the point, let government do what is they're supposed to do. the problem that we are facing is not the congestion of prison. There's so many things that let them settle the thing that they're supposed to settle. Settle as that's the first point. Let them settle the ASU. People that have been labeled, they said that they work no pay. But they're paying some people. I heard the other time they said that NMPC workers, they're not working, but they pay them. Why would this one be a different thing?
But the question I want to ask there, the issue of prison, is it under exclusive or concurrence? If it's exclusive, so it's their responsibility. They don't have any complaint, except if there's going to be a devolution of power, whereby the state will be given the opportunity to have their own prison. I think looking at if federal should be state prison should be only exclusive to exclusive, I think it's very, very wrong. There's need for devolution. Let the states, if you look at the rate of crime nowadays, you can't just allow federal government alone to be looking at it. Let the state have their own. When the state have their own, they can be able to monitor some of these things. Now you can't just leave criminals to be going the streets. They can cause a lot of havoc. So that's my argument. If it's truly there, it should be the state should be allowed. There should be a devolution of power. The state should be allowed to do so.
The issue is we have the legal system that applies at different levels. We have laws that are within the purview of the states. We have even laws that are cultural in nature. That is why we have cultural community justice system. And then we also have the major crimes where you go before a judge in the high court and above. You see, it's just like the issue of the Nigerian police. Many states are advocating for state police, but then we also have our fears. So I think the private sector, one way or the other, should step in. Because that is what obtains in other countries. Like the US, they have the judicial system at the level of the state, they have the judicial system at the national level, and at the correctional centers level, most of them are being owned and operated by the private sector under strict guidelines and guidance and supervision of the government. So the private sector could come in, but then the private sector is profit driven. The issue will be, what will be the benefits? Going into prison does not preclude you from being a human being. There are things that somebody could go to prison and learn. I have seen cases where people go to prison and come out better educated, some with even a degree, sometimes with masters. They come out and they can add value to the society. So the way I see it is, it's supposed to be a joint venture. Every section and sector of the economy has a role to play in running the in running the correctional system. We should look for other ways of expanding participation of especially the private sector in the correctional services.
Find the issue of the congestion of the prison. I think it should be a collaboration between the Ministry of Justice and Ministry of Interior. I have a very good example. Meeting some people, inmates, in Kuje prison when I went there for a program. I realized that some people have been there for more than 20 years and they've not been taken to court for more than 1-2 times. So what are they doing there? So that is the issue. There's need for them to collaborate and look into the best way. Yes, the prison is over the congested. And I can tell you now, more than 80% of people in prison today are still awaiting trial. So why is that that we keep them? When you go to the prison and see the way things are being run, more than the population there is just too much, it's just too alarming. Now, if some of these people are going to be guilty, it's better let them go through the court process, find them guilty, and straightly let them be executed, let them be convicted. A lot of people they are there just, I'm telling you, we have people that are there more than 20-15 years, but they've not been taken to court more than 2-3 times. Even if some are even there, they are not even going to court for once. So these are the issues that is even compelling the prison problem. I'm talking about the welfare of the place. It's not edible at all. When you get there, the prison is supposed to be for just 5 or something. As of the last time I have the count, it's about 900 people. So if you should have about 400 something, and you're having about 900 something, now look at it look at look at the way the number of people there. So is the welfare of the people is not even well looked after. It's not well looked after. I think it's a very welcome address, but the point is they should be careful. Work very closely with the Ministry of Justice and let us see the way to fast track some of those things. There are some that are maybe adding criminal or that you may let them bring them out, exonerate them so that those ones that have the minor case of stealing battery, you have a case of somebody who what he did just went that he stole battery from a community. He was thrown away for 2 years. Meanwhile, you have some people there, he was accused of killing somebody and the case has been there for more than 18, 15 years. No court, no lawyer, nothing. He didn't even have a lawyer. No court. Is today. We take him to court today. Tomorrow, say the judge have been transferred till next tomorrow, till next month. For the next 3 years, 4 years, he may not even see outside. So these are the issues. It's better when you go there and see the condition of the people there, you know that there's need for prison. And if they don't want to decongest, they should build more prisons.